Hello universe! Do you like my glasses? These are blue light filter glasses for the computer, and I am going to be giving away some of them to you very soon. Today I would like to talk about 10 small habits that we can implement in our lives to make a big difference. And the first one that I wanted to talk about is getting the appropriate amount of sleep for your body. And that means with age, with gender, with certain illnesses or other body specificities, you will need a certain amount of sleep. For teenagers longer, for older people shorter. So you need to be paying attention to yourself instead of societal norms or what people are saying you. I personally always make a point to sleep my 8 hours, even if that means that my day on the next day is going to start a little bit later. It is more important to me that my mind and my body feel refreshed and renewed. Next, it's important to have many different hydration options, because just having plain water might be boring and you may feel like you are not having enough to drink, but that's okay because I have many other healthy drink ideas. And here are some of my other hydration options. My favorite one is matcha powder mixed with coconut milk powder and a few other delicious things. I also have a cocoa mixed with these things, and it tastes very good hot and cold. Of that type, I also have a curcuma drink, which is one of the healthiest spices in the world. I also like to drink tea. I like oolong tea and green tea, and I will occasionally make some black tea in the morning. I also like to make smoothies and shakes sometimes, and coffee, but that is not something that I would go to for hydration. Now, it all sounds nice and easy when we're talking about which habits to take up, what is nice to do, what is healthy, what do millionaires do, but how do we actually follow through on those habits? I have a habit tracker for one, both physical and on my phone, but what I do want to mention is having an alarm or a reminder. Every single day at 8 o'clock we meditate together on the Insight Timer app, and for that I have 2 alarms. I also have a drinking water reminder every 20 minutes, and I still forget to drink water when my phone or my watch are away, so this is something that is really keeping me on track. I also have daily recurring to-dos in my calendar for things like planning, yoga, my morning routine, and then when I'm done with them, I will check them off in my different habit trackers, and that together is what keeps me accountable and following through. But what if you don't have enough time or energy? That is where the fourth small habit can help you, and that is the 1-minute rule. I have a whole video on the 1-minute rule where you can learn all of the reasons why it works and how it works, but the essence of it is, if you don't have 10 minutes, if you're too tired to work out for half an hour, if you're too tired or you don't have time to meditate for 10 minutes, then do it for 1 minute. It is still going to keep you motivated because you know that you made some progress on your goals. You're never standing in one place. You're either going up or you're going down. So use the 1-minute rule to keep that steady pace upwards. Now, I mentioned that I meditate every single day, and that is very important to me, and I'm also trying to implement mindfulness in my daily life as well. For example, things like mindful eating are very important to me, where you are actually paying attention to, are you hungry or are you just eating? Are you actually thirsty? Are you eating too much? Are you eating too little? Are you eating what you want to eat? Or are you just following some plan that you feel like you have to plan? And through that, I realized that I snack too much. I snack throughout the day, so much so that I don't really have the hunger to go and have a proper meal. And I think that is not a great habit to have. I definitely prefer to save up those small satisfactions to have a big satisfying meal in the end. But in the moment, that's not what it feels like. So I have to try and be extra mindful of grabbing random nuts and fruits throughout the day that are leaving me with not enough hunger or desire to actually cook something and sit down to eat properly. Another important small habit that makes a big difference is finding daily movement, and that could be anything. I've tried so many sports in my life, and I've realized that some of them I just don't enjoy. And if I want to stick to them in the long run, those need to be sports that I enjoy. So I realized that I really like yoga. Sometimes I like the light, soft yoga with stretching. Sometimes I like power yoga, sometimes a little bit of cardio in it. And other times I also like dancing. I like to put on a song that I love and just dance my heart and my soul out to it. So if there is anything that appeals to you, it could be walks, it could be jumping rope, it could be skating, anything. There are so many things. Just finding daily movement makes such a big difference in terms of your mood and how you are energized throughout the day. Now let's talk about creating cleaning rituals, and that is very important to me, not just because I am a little bit crazy about cleaning my house and decluttering everything, but also because it is nice to have a beautiful space for you to work in, which will motivate you and will make you focus on whatever is important. I like to insert my cleaning rituals with other things. For example, in the morning, I will do a 20-minute tidy, maybe 10 minutes if there is not enough time, and in the evening as well, because it is so nice to wake up to a little bit less of a mess, and in the morning it is motivating to get something out of the way and done. I will also do this when I am facing a problem. For example, I cannot figure out some kind of code problem, or when I am stuck with editing, I will get up and do a little bit of organizing my house, and that feels so nice. So instead of waiting for everything to pile up so you have to do it all weekend, why not create small cleaning rituals with certain things and keep it up? It's also important to clean up your headspace. As a creative person, I have 1,001 things in here. I have things that I want to do with friends, or content that I want to create, things I want to see, quotes that I want to post, all kinds of things. And if I don't write them down instantly, my head will be so full of them that I will not be able to focus on the task at hand. So I make sure to always use Google Keep Notes. As soon as something pops up, just write that down and forget about it. Or if I am just being productive working on the computer, I will usually have my phone away and a piece of paper in front of me. So I will enter the information there, and then at the end of the day or the week, I will go to Notion, and I have different pages for the different things that might show up. For example, a quotes page or a thoughts page, and I will classify everything there the way that it's supposed to be so that I find it again and remove anything that I don't need. An important habit that often gets overlooked is scheduling in fun. People will often make to-do lists that are full of tasks meant to work or university, and they will forget about just having a good time. And that's why I think it's important to remember that having bucket lists is not just a childhood thing, that having scheduled plans with your friends is a good thing, especially as you get older. They have a lot of things to do, you have a lot of things to do, you need to schedule it in. So if you are feeling up to it right now, why don't you do a summer or a fall bucket list of all the wonderful fun things you want to do? I created one myself. We already do 2 things of it: yoga in the park and swimming. That's wonderful things that I haven't done last year because of the whole situation that we had. And I think now more than ever, it is important to focus on the things you can enjoy as long as we can. Who knows what's happening? And you know, I'm just poking fun, but it was not a very easy time, and I'm very open to acknowledging that, because actually my last point is that it is important to acknowledge your feelings, to communicate them openly to others and to yourself, so that you can live a better life, a more intuitive life. And even if sometimes that means we are lying in bed all day, well, the days after we will be recharged and we will get that work done. So unless you have some kind of deadline on your head that is hanging over you, that it is okay to take a break if you feel like it. Now, let me know what your small tiny habits that make a big difference are, and I will see you next week. You can watch some of my other videos on here, or you can get in touch with me on Instagram. I would love to hear from you on there. And of course, soon you will be able to win some of these lovely glasses. I'm really excited to give something back to you.